Let's go live on the phone now to William Hinkle from Eversource. And William, you are in the heart of the storm right now. What can you report to us?
Yes, so we have more than 800 crews across the state continuing to work around the clock to respond to public safety priorities, clear damage, and restore power to customers. As has been noted, travel conditions out there are very difficult. There are more reports of more than 110 blocked roads across the state that we're actively working to respond to. And we've restored power to more than 60,000 customers today, both from our remote system operators using distribution automation technology like smart switches and our line workers making repairs to the lines. Most of the damage so far has been caused by that heavy wet snow bringing down trees and tree limbs onto the electric system. But as those winds pick up this afternoon and into the evening and tonight, we're going to see additional damage and outages, and we're in for a multi-day restoration.
How many, if you know this, how many lines have been downed by that snow, and how many tree limbs have fallen on lines?
So we're still in the initial stages of damage assessment for this storm and continue to take on damage. In addition to those more than 110 blocked roads, we've seen about 10 broken poles those thus far across the state, but those numbers will certainly continue to rise as the nor'easter persists.
Just to clarify here, did you say that 60,000 customers lost power and have already been restored by your efforts?
Yes, we've restored power to more than 60,000 customers today. About half of those were in under 5 minutes using that smart switch technology that I referenced earlier. And some of those customers may have already lost power more than once today as these conditions continue to persist and the heavy wet snow wreaks havoc on our trees.
And how many customers are without power currently? At last check, we saw about 65,000 Eversource customers still without power.
That's currently around the number, so just over 64,000 currently.
And are you seeing many of those in cities, or are they in rural areas?
They're spread out across the southern half of the state. A lot of the damage has been in the communities served by our Keene, Newport, Nashua area work centers. But again, the damage has been spread out pretty widespread across the southern half of the state, in particular from west to east.
And of course, as winds pick up, more of a risk for power outages, but also more difficult for crews to get out there. They have to wait until it's safe to repair any lines or broken poles.
Yes, there's still repairs and restoration efforts that can be made as those winds increase, but as they tick up, it does make it less safe to go up in the buckets, and they will wait until it's safe to do so when those winds do pose the threat. But we will continue, our crews will continue working around the clock, doing everything they can until every customer who loses power is restored.
But focusing specifically on those blocked roads, we're talking trees that are down, power lines involved, right? So a lot of good Samaritans with a chainsaw sitting in their garage are probably thinking, oh, I can go out and maybe get part of this road cleared. But when we're talking about power lines involved, you don't want anyone going anywhere near those, correct?
Correct. Please stay as far away as possible from any down lines and report them both to us and 911 immediately. Clearing blocked roads is a coordinated effort with public safety and municipal officials, and we're working closely with our communities across the state to address those issues in a safe manner. So if you do come across a down wire or blocked road, please report those immediately and allow the public safety officials to do their jobs.
What should people do if they lose power? Should they report it to you, and what's the best way to report it to Eversource?
Yes, please, if you do lose power, report your outage to us. Every outage that is reported to us helps support the restoration effort as we continue efforts to assess damage and dispatch crews accordingly. We offer various methods for our customers to report an outage based on what's most convenient for them or available to them based on the situation. We have a two-way texting feature that customers can sign up for. You can give us a call at 800-662-7764. And you can also download our mobile app and report outages there.
And William, just curious, who's helping us out today? Where did some of the crews from out of state come from?
The call has gone out far and wide. Most of the crews here in New Hampshire that are supporting the effort have come from Canada.
Okay, from Canada. Interesting. And where you said there are 800 crews around the state. Are they stationed strategically in certain areas where you think that might be most at risk for power outages?
So we pre-position crews based on the forecast in advance at our area work centers across the state. Then as the electric system begins to take damage and we're in the storm and we actually see impacts, we do move crews around as necessary to those hardest hit communities. So we have been shifting crews across the state throughout the day thus far, mostly down to the southern half of the state, again, where those hardest hit communities are kind of, again, spreading all the way across the southern half of the state.
All right, William Hinkle, busy day for you guys, busy night ahead as well. We thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank